Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, day number 303, wearing the X39. And I asked the question, how strong is your energy field? Because I've got a presentation here that I want to show you that I think will be of very interest. However, prior to doing so, I want to show you why. And the reason being is because this morning, when I woke up, I noticed something again. And I recorded it. So here's the audio from it.
If it makes you happy, one of our favorites.
All right, today is February 11th, 2026. And listen to the radio. You hear the buzz? Watch when I reach over.
Just three.
See, I'm actually moving closer to the radio. You hear that?
The zoo welcomed a baby African
I'm away.
porcupine.
Now I'm moving closer.
What is a baby porcupine called?
How strong is your energy?
So this happened this morning when I first noticed it when my alarm clock turned on, and I reached over to turn it off, and the buzz, the interference that my hand that was creating on the radio was very strong this morning. And I thought, oh, here it is again. And I posted a video of what it actually looks like last year or year before. It's been quite a long time now. But the interference that my presence was just very strong this morning. So I thought, what did I eat yesterday? Well, had roasted potatoes that were pressure cooked with the cleanest and most absorbable water, and then roasted with a little bit of olive oil, topped with a little bit of Parmigiano, salt, some seasoning, and also had a pork schnitzel, piece about yay big, so not that big, and then some stir-fried zucchini. So that was dinner last night. And earlier I had a little bit of a snack. I had 2 hard-boiled eggs, which I also pressure cook, and I don't pressure cook them, how would you say, for too long. I actually did it for 8 minutes yesterday, and so that way I make sure I get about 20 grams worth of protein per day. So, but to connect with the energy field recording that I just showed you or played for you, I have a presentation as well, which connects some of these things. So let's have a listen. I'm gonna just realized I forgot to plug in the audio. So here we go. And why aren't you working? Audio. External headphones. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, here we go.
Tailored specifically for those of you from Radio Free Nation. Okay, simplest explanation, tailored specifically for those of you from radio frequency. Information technology. In other words, the people that for the last year and a half I've been bitching at, going, how do you guys not know, and why aren't you telling other people what the COVID really is? It's a cyber physical backbone. What's that? What's telepathy? Here we go. What's the aura? Here we go. You have no idea. You, whoever you are, in information technology, radio frequency, computer networking, code nerds with Python, you guys, I grew up with a bunch of you, and all my life, you never believed in any of that stuff. Chakras, like behind me over here, that's foo-foo and woo-woo. And you're focused on what? Routing radio frequency through the human body. Through the human body. Through the human body since 1995. So you have to understand initially that for me, after being targeted with electronic torture and not knowing about the electronic warfare side at all until 2019, going down to the post office, and they said, you're in the new 6G. And I happened to hold a job a long time ago. And this time I'm going to show you why this is such an issue for certain people, because they're like, don't fuck with her because she does know. Yeah, High Speed Access Corporation, before it was sold to Charter Communications, the Network Operations Center with 3 layers of security going underground, was in Louisville, Kentucky. The second Cisco certified network professional was who got off the plane with Woz and the rest of them, and when I was 19 years old, and I walked over in the knock to say hello to this gentleman who ran our network operations center, and then I went back up to Wisconsin as a field operations technician. I was one of 2 people to change the state of Wisconsin from dial-up to broadband. The state. So Madison, which was DOCSIS, because it's a big city, Milwaukee and Green Bay, Time Warner, DOCSIS, throwaway modems, whatever. But for the smaller towns, I was positioned in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Rice Lake was another plant that I was responsible for. Those people in smaller communities had to be changed over with the cable plant of the copper and the fiber and all the utilities for water and everything else. And all of that is plant architecture that radio frequency people, linemen, plant engineers know all about. Okay? Now, do you know about NMAPs? Do you know about the PRISM system with the National Security Agency? Do you know about all the secret data links we use with AT&T and our Stingray and Dirtbox for local police? Computer networking, radio frequency. My job was to tell the cable guys who were doing the fittings and whatnot out on the pole or in the home what to do, because I was in control of the cable modem in the head end on the back end. Okay? So, that's all back in 2001. At the same time, I was teaching people meditation, healing touch, and the biofield. Okay? On my off time, while working at Charter, teaching people. This is a body part. Body part. And then I get up here in front of people and I go, show me your biofield. And they go, that's impossible. And I said, no, it's a body part. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my lighting here so you can see it. And then I stand up and I'm like, make your hair stand on end. It's called piloerection. It's the sympathetic nervous system. Apologies for calling it parasympathetic. That's different. That's digestion. Well, come on. Let's see it. Let me move my arms around. Nothing happens. Yeah. Okay. 1, roll your shoulders forward if you've been sitting. 2, and if I put some effort into it, shield. That's your biofield. Which is why those of you that still don't get it. How's your phone work? Your cell phone, tell me how it works. This was the other bitchiness that I got from people over and over again. They're like, Well, all you're doing is saying, how does your phone work? No, I'm trying to draw your attention to literal tech metrics. I don't know where my phone went. So that you understand how easy it is to log into you and make a change. So, how did we get to this point where all these good people in radio frequency, etc., that they don't know shit about what we're actually doing in the human body? And in order to explain all of this, I've had to make a gazillion signs. I've had to come back out here over and over again. And I've been trying to figure out why it is, there's my phone, that nobody else seems to know these things. Okay? This is my great uncle's folder from Shepherd Air Force Base. I often also show his Aberdeen Proving Grounds stuff. That's my little pink book, wherever it's hiding at the moment. And then I also go over his old notes with flux density notation with mercury and whatnot. Why? So that people understand that this has been going on for a really long time. So tell me how your phone works. When you click a button and you send an email, you don't see the email leave the phone. It's a wireless, invisible signal, just like your body. It's a body part. So when I worked at UW Whitewater for my job, I found IBM software that they alleged was also used way back when Fauci and them wanted to get their shit off the ground for attacking the human immune system. Well, if you don't know that the human immune system is 80% your biofield, you called it the aura, you called it stupid. Yeah, I know. That's because 6,000 years of human telemetry, chiropractic, and the rest of it for your circulatory system just magically disappeared. Nobody has any idea what's going on. That was 6,000 years of the human circulatory system. You call it chakras. Yeah, they call it aim and fire. 150 years ago, Aleister Crowley and people, yeah, nothing's real except what you can see. There is no biofield. There's no cymatics, there's no radionics, there's no plasmonics. There's nothing except what you can see. Well, that's a body part that's responsible for 80% of our immune system. How do we know for sure? The definition at Children's Hospital, the organs and tissues that comprise the immune system, the thymus, the bone marrow, the lymphatic, your vessels, your spleen, and your skin. And so I'm like, yeah, the human biofield being watched by Project Salus. So the human biofield is the aura, is your W-band, 802.15.6. Department of Defense Directive 3000.09, everything is autonomous. And you have an MQ-9 Reaper drone attached to your skin and bone.
So this really kind of triggers a lot of thought in my mind because of the experience that I had just this morning, again, with the radio frequency and how my body, my energetic field is interfering with the signal of the radio. So is my field stronger than the signal that's being transmitted that the radio is trying to pick up? If there wasn't any interference in the signal, then I would say that my field is not strong. But this morning it was. And how strong is your field? How strong is it? I ask this question because are there things that you can do to help strengthen that field so that way you can kind of you create a defense mechanism within you? Is there a way you can do that? The answer is yes. And it starts with drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water that you can. Can you reap the benefits from cascading deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water? You can. If you watch the episode I showed yesterday, I gave you an example of where it has been done, where it affects electrical currents. So because our bodies are electrical, do you think that the water is going to have an influence on your bioenergy field, your aura, or however you want to call it? Do you think? Well, I'm telling you, it does. Because I've got the evidence. I've got the receipt. Just rewind this episode and hear it. It's invisible. I can't see it, but I can hear it. So what else can you do to help strengthen your bioenergy field? Is there a reason this exists? So by combining the two things, the water and this as the activator for the cells, that the activator uses the energy, the electricity from the water and goes like this inside, inside the body and makes strong cells. Does it increase your immune system? I think so. Because I wouldn't hear it in the radio. Let's play it again. Here we go.
If it makes you happy, one of our favorites.
All right, today is February 11th, 2026, and listen to the radio. You hear the buzz? Watch when I reach over.
You can't see it because I was thinking that was a...
See, I'm actually moving closer to the radio. You hear that?
The zoo welcomed a baby African
I'm away.
porcupine.
Now I'm moving closer.
What is a porcupine called?
How strong is your energy?
How strong is it? Can you fix it? Can you improve it? Yes, you can. Get on board. If that's not enough evidence for you, I don't know. All right. That's enough for today. I'm going to get on with today's workout. It's leg day. And if you want to know where I got that video, I'll share it with you. You got to type some comments. Show a thumbs up. You got to tell me. And I'll share that information. So if you want to experience the benefits, as you see on the screen, scan the QR code right there. Or find the information also at Unlock Your Bioenergy. You won't go wrong. So, today's workout. It's leg day. I'm going to set the metronome for... of course. You probably hear it. There we go. So I will set the metronome for, I'll go 144 today. Have the timer. 9 minutes. Well, I just realized I didn't tighten my shorts. I don't want them to fall down when I'm doing double unders. Let's see what my heart rate does today. I can't get that side. What the heck? lots today. I don't know what's up. There we go. I think I figured out how to do it properly now. So, when the screen turns red, that's the switch to doing double unders. All right, ready? Alright, so for leg day, I'm gonna have some more water here before we do legs. All right. I'm gonna reduce the tempo to 60 beats per minute to help with the exercises that I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna start first with a Bulgarian TKE. So I've got the step stool here, which I'm going to use as the raising the foot, so doing the Bulgarian this way. And I'm going to use the vibration plate as well as part of this movement. Just going to move this out of the way. All right. First of all, I need to figure out how far I need to be for the TKE portion of this. So I'm going to start with my leg that I typically post when I play soccer. I'm going to put my foot there. So I'll move this back just a little bit more. So, and today I'm going to use the door anchors. These are the ones with the sponge, the circle sponge. And I'm going to position this in a specific way underneath my foot, because I'm going to step on it. And what I'm going to do is the band is going to be anchored at the back of my foot. So that way the weight of the weight of the band is focused from the heel. And that way it forces me to step up and down. I don't know. And when I lift my heel off the ground, there we go. That's what it's going to be. So I've got the TKE and the band. So I've got, this is a 13-pound band. When you split it in half, it turns into 26. And I've got the same 26 on the knee for the TKE portion. And I'm going to add the vibration. It's part of the movement. And here we go. So having the weight right like anchored at my heel, pulling me down more straight, which is what I want. So that way I'm focusing on the quad. Wow. Feels good. And then the TKE, the band on the wall, gets the full range of motion. And by having the band attached to the anchored from the heel, stick in here a little bit. Oh wow. uncomfortable. It's good though. Oh, wow. This is moving away, I think, a little bit on me. More than I'd like. Oh, wow. Oh, those 1 or 2 reps are really. Oh, wow. Okay, work on a TKE here. Well, I'm giving the quad. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Certainly a lot. Really, this is really uncomfortable. Doing it this way here. Oh, wow. Okay, I need to take this band off. The other foot in. Switch sides. Set up this anchor here so I can step on it. You don't step on the sponge. That part is loose. Oh, wow. This certainly works the quad very good. There we go. So that lifts the heel up. The band does. And here we go. So with the band anchored the way it is, probably could have used that post to help with stability. Okay. Next one here, I'm going to switch to doing a hip thruster. Then adding a second band here to this guy, and I'm going to add a second blue band to increase intensity here, because the hips are, the glutes get involved, or the hip flexors kind of get involved. So the lower, so this here is going to activate the entire posterior chain by hip thrusting forward. So this is where I'm going to have the bands on the outside, like this. I can do the same thing as I did last time by stepping on it and have the band, so you can see what I'm doing actually increases the wrong way. I want it this way. So I'm going to step into the band. Come on, really? You're being difficult with me. So normally I would use the the 2x4 with the, how'd you call it, the okay, but there we go. Oh yeah, feels different. So stepping on the door anchors this way, having the entire door anchor underneath my foot, it increases the tension at the bottom, which is what I want. And now thrusting the hips. So you could essentially really load up this exercise if you wanted. If you like to do squats with the barbell, and then you add the vibration as part of this, it really just gives you a really strong feeling. And you can, with the vibration as part of this, creates a lot of tension, a lot of time under tension with the muscle. So here I'm doing more of a wide stance, and there's a lot of amplitude taking place. All the way down. Hold it here. Up. Okay. Wow. All right, next up, hamstring curls. So that's where I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm going to probably just add a green band here versus the having the two blue for the hamstring curl, because I want to focus at the top of the curl. So if you're doing a bicep curl, I want the most tension to be at this point in the motion. So alright, I think that's where I'm gonna okay. I want the bands to kind of be towing. There we go. Just kind of lining up the center of the vibration plate with the wall. And here we go. Okay. So I've got tension, and I want to be tugging here, holding the vibration or the tension at the peak here, all the way through, holding, working those hamstrings. I can feel the stretch today on the abdominals. So it's telling me what I did the other day on Monday. Those certain exercises to help with I can just feel it. So there is I'm going to be able to hold it as long as I can here at the peak. So the next exercise is going to be the bridges. So that will work the first part of the hamstring. So strength here at the bottom, because I need to have the weight, I need to have the perpendicular angle for this exercise to do it, and I don't have, I guess, the tool for it. I could build something, place the vibration plate on some 2x4s and have a nice stable surface for that. But the ball bridges actually covers that range of motion, so it's a good alternative. And here I want to just focus on the peak of the hamstring. So by pointing the toes upwards to the ceiling, changes the feel. Oh, yeah, that feels good. So here, my legs are about a 45-degree angle from the ground, and I can feel the tension. Now, squeezing that hamstring like a bicep, holding it here. It's good. Point the toes up. Alright. Good. Next up is the ball bridges. So, I'm going to take the vibration plate, put it there, and I'm going to add a 15-pound weight, which I'm going to place on my hips here. So, to add some additional resistance, hopefully this doesn't move so much. And there we go. Concrete floor is cold. Alright, so here I'm gonna hold with the bridge. Kind of use my elbows to kind of stabilize a little bit. Wow. It's very good. The amount of vibration that the plate and instability that the plate provides, it really forces the leg and the muscle to do its work, to do the work. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Just this simple weight here, and I can feel it at the top of the hamstring, just between the glute. Hip thrust through. Oh, wow. Oh my. Oh. When is this over? Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh. Wow. That's a lot of tension to be putting on the muscle. Very targeted way. All right. Next up is the tibia. So that's where I'm going to take the bands here that I had for the hamstring curl, Excuse me. And I'm going to attach them a little bit wider here because I don't want them to be pulling. I use the ankle straps. I want that one, this guy. Okay, there's the one. And where's the other guy? Where are you? Oh, there. All right. The other blue band here. So, I think somewhere around there. Yeah. Okay. Put this on the foot. There we go. And I want to be able to tug. More on my toe, just basically I want it to be still snug, and there we go. So working the tibia now, so pulling my toes away from the wall, lifting that resistance. Now I'm pointing them as if I'm standing on my tippy toes, and there's tension. And holding it isometrically as I move through like this on my hands, or my toes are pointed toward, here's my head, so that's kind of now up here. And now away, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. This muscle is actually pretty strong. I could probably lift a lot more resistance because I've been doing this now for a few weeks here. So I can really tell how much strength the tibia's got. We're doing a type 2 explosive, pointing the toes flat, and then explode out. Explode all the way up. Hold that isometrically. Release. All the way down. There we go. Feels very good. Very, very good. Now, last but not least is the calf muscle raises. So that's where I'm going to take out out this band, or the door anchor, and I'm going to attach it through here and back onto the this way. Keeps the adding the step as part of this motion ensures that calf muscles are doing full range of motion. Just a little bit more off center. That's it. All right. So there we go. So lifting my heels off, pointing all the way up. Now my heels are on the plywood, slowly up. Working those calves. The calves are a really strong muscle. And you want them to burn. You want them to feel that burn as you would doing the same kind of like a bicep curl or any other muscle. How much can you tolerate doing this here to build those calves? Because the calves are, like I said, such a developed muscle. They're a stubborn one to develop. You probably have a lot of type 1 fiber in there. That's why they're up, a slow negative. Changing just the position here of my foot. A little bit different stretch. Oh. All right. There we go. Got it done in 45 minutes total. So let's have a look at the heart rate information. I know I saw red on the screen, so today's date, February 11th, 2026. Starting time was at 11:34 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so let's see, I was in this heart rate zone, which you see on the screen. Here, I'll zoom in. So 185 to 206 for 1 minute and 12 seconds. That's how long the heart rate was in there. Um, Even though I hit a max of 109 BPM, my average 117. It's an interesting number. All right, let's see how long I was in the red zone. Okay, 207 to 218. So you can see here that heart rate zone for 30 seconds. So a lot of that has to do with my breathing rate and how I just controlling it. And when I'm able to do that, then when I stop, you can see how quickly my recovery is when my breathing rate was at its highest, and my heart rate just drops. It recovers. And so if I had the VO2 max equipment, you would probably see what's going on as far as how well my body absorbs oxygen. My lungs specifically absorb oxygen. And how am I able to sustain that heart rate and still maintain the activity that I was doing live? So is that enough evidence for you to tell you that drinking deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water has an effect on your performance? It does. And when you add the recovery piece, which you can find right there at the QR code on the screen, I'm telling you, there is magic to be had, because it affects your bioenergy in a positive way. Protect it, strengthen it. Much like how you heard Sabrina talking about it. So can you protect it? I think you can. It starts from within. Support it with the cleanest and most absorbable. Add the activator and experience the benefits as you see. Hopefully my experience and methodology proves it to you. So get on board right there. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. Bye for now.